You might be asking yourself, where are we going to play? Well, we have a handy-dandy map veto system down here for you. And where are we going to go? No cafe, no border, no bank. And for the very first time in Latin America, we're going to go to Coastline. We haven't seen it so far this season. Through 5 play days, Coastline is a 0% pick rate as of our graphic that we showed at the start of today's show.
So that's going to be something different. That's a nice, neat little change there for Latin America, and something new to evolve on. I mean, Coastline's a pretty popular map in a lot of other regions. It's kind of weird that it hasn't been played much in LATAM, and here we go. It gets its first one.
What about you? You think Immortals are going to win? You think Red Devils are going to win? Well, 84% of you said that Immortals were going to win, and that's almost the same that said that FaZe was going to beat INTZ, if I remember correctly, and it was INTZ
just about the same.
Ended up coming out with a draw there against FaZe. So if you're a fan of Immortals, you're hoping that this is what's going to transpire, and 84% of you sure seem to think so.
What match were we talking about? It was the first one, right? 81% for FaZe.
Almost the same number.
Over Ints, and then it was a draw.
And then it ended up being a draw. By the skin of their teeth, Ints ended up coming back. But we've had an exciting day so far, some unpredictable results. Our first 2 matches go the full distance, and then we had the blowout that just transpired between Black Dragons and Team 1. And now, what's going to happen with Immortals and Red Devils? Well, conventional wisdom would suggest that this could be a quick match, but we don't really know.
I mean, the way that I would look at this match is that it is the lowest hanging fruit for Immortals. It is their best opportunity to get a win and start climbing up those standings. Right now, they don't sit in a very good position, obviously, but it's not like they can't recover. I don't see them as a team that I expect to go to the finals at this point, having such an abysmal record over the first half. But they are also only, one win will put them right next to Team 1. They'll launch over, well, actually, no, it wouldn't, because we just saw, that's right, we just saw Black Dragons put themselves up pretty heavy, and they'd be underneath Team 1, but 5 points to Team 1's 6. So, I don't know, Immortals can catch up. We'll see what they give us, though, as we load into the match.
The number to watch for, if you are Red Devils today, or you are a fan of Red Devils, is the number 2. Through 5 play days, and more Red Devils have won 11 rounds. That means that they're averaging just a smidge above 2 rounds a map.
It's a really low amount of rounds.
It's not a great number. You don't need to be a statistician to know that that's not a high number.
No. So we'll start with the Nomad ban from Immortals. It's going to be a ban to allow more aggression.
And this is a very aggressive map.
Yep. You have to be able to make some pushes as the defenders, otherwise you're going to find yourself uncomfortable a lot of the time. And Lion is actually just going to add to that. It's going to make you a little bit more flexible on defense, as we said.
These are 2 operators that play into the aggressiveness that can come here on a map like Coastline. Expect to see Gridlock, expect to see Zofia, expect to see some kind of great soft destruction, be it Buck or Sledge, and then probably expect to see Capitao.
This is interesting. It's a Maestro, so will it be an Echo or a Mira ban? I would imagine it would be a Mira ban. There it is. We don't see Maestro ban a whole lot in LATAM. It does happen, but as compared to Echo and Mira, he has a relatively low ban rate. So
only 10%?
Yeah. Well, it'll be higher after today. And as we load into the match, Immortals, where are you going to go? Looks like it's going to be Hookah. All right. I wonder if anyone's going to use the tarp right off the bat here. The one way to get up there is actually kind of really quick.
Stop telling people. Stop it. You just keep telling them.
They'll fix it. It's the fastest way to get under the roof, fun fact. Faster than trying to go for a rappel.
Just stop.
Yeah. Hookah, billiards. And looks like a heavy emphasis placed on frag for the attack here. IQ being brought in order to count the Echo. That's probably why they banned Maestros, because they were aware they were going to bring an IQ, and they wanted to be able to directly counter it. They brought a Gridlock instead of a Nomad, since she's banned. Sensible. Nades in play here from the Sledge. Jackal, of course, to help isolate those roamers, and a Ashe to back up the Jackal, as well as more soft destruction for any kind of problem you may encounter, such as a castle with barricades.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Red Devils is bringing a very interesting lineup. Ashe, IQ, and Sledge with a Jackal there, likely for your downstairs presence if you need it. I think Gridlock, of course, is to try to isolate and contain a flank from being able to get back.
Yeah, no nomads, so you got to bring something for the flank.
Yeah, I mean, Gridlock is a pretty decent anti-flank operator who pairs well alongside of Nomad. No Hard Destructor is not a strange thing to see. The only thing that really stands out to me is, number one, the changes that have been made to both Ying and Glaz have rendered them almost completely useless to most pro teams.
I guess we haven't really talked a whole lot about how Glaz just does
Glaz disappeared.
Get played. Yeah, he's
Glaz
gone.
just does not
He
get played.
evaporated.
Do you even see him in your ranked matches? Because I don't.
I don't see him. No, he's gone. He died.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it.
He was in a spot where he was too powerful. I think that's
Terrible menace.
indisputable. And he had very limited counters. But at the same time, I mean, you had the Bulletproof Camera and the Maestro both be quite effective at being able to... What happened?
I could hear that wah, wah, wah.
Did it miss the ceiling?
Yeah, he was trying to C4 above him, and because he could hear the enemy above him, and he just missed. And he didn't go to pick it up.
Yeah, it's still down there somewhere. There's a C4 that he's yet to be retrieved by Cyber.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. C4 lost, but yeah, whatever. It's just a denial from below. No big deal. Really big deal. That was sarcastic.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Sarcasm.
He has an opportunity to go back and get it.
He might.
All we've watched is Cyber, though, so far. We've just had his perspective the
I
whole
guess he's
time.
really interesting.
I find it funny that the diffuser is down. Nobody's picked it up yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I guess they don't need it.
No, they dropped the diffuser.
There you go. Go get it. Go get it.
They got the diffuser, too, at the same time. Look at that.
Both teams picked something up.
Attackers have
King
recovered
playing
their
in
defuse.
pink gets droned out, and he'll have to retreat towards the safety of those couches. Mighty just watches to see if anybody's going to try to come through the main lobby, and no. The answer to that question is, for the time being, is no.
This has been a really good isolation of the roamers and good flank watch being set up by Red Devils. You got to hand it to them, but they also haven't really done anything with it just yet, and they only have 40 seconds left. There's a C4 downstairs from Immortals. They also have yokai drones in sight in all likelihood, despite the IQ. I'm sure there's one held in reserve. And there's gas canisters from the smoke. So this is an easy holdout for Immortals. They play their cards right.
There's the C4 that's going to go, and he picked it up, but it's a good thing he did because he gets Zion in the process. 30 seconds left. Not a lot of time for Red Devils to do much with this. He managed to make 2 kills happen, though, in very short order. Keep back in a 3v3 with bullet very low, but it's Velvet who's going to choke amidst the smoke, trying to get his way out. Levi is also very hurt,
Seconds remaining.
and he gets down and finished off by
Diffuser
MK.
has been dropped.
Just a gust of wind away from taking out Velvet, but no, they'll fire back. It's a 2v1 now. It's all into Cyber.
Oh.
And Velvet a beautiful shot, 2 beautiful shots, rather. And Red Devils, who probably shouldn't have won that round, will do so anyway with the SMG-11 popping up perfectly. What a flick that was.
Very impressive.
You'll need a strong performance from Velvet if you're Red Devils, and well, all you need is one more round, and Red Devils have matched effectively the amount of rounds that they win in any given map, so not a bad start.
Not a bad start indeed for Red Devils. Really great individual gunplay, and agreed, a round that Immortals should have won. Everything looked to be going well, and well, when the site take came out and the gunfight started happening, Red Devils, I guess, just outskilled, outperformed, won the round. We're gonna go back to Hookah. It seems that Immortals are not convinced it was any kind of mistake that cannot be corrected, and will
Attackers
try
need to
their
locate
best
and defuse
at a
as
second
many bombs
try.
as they can.
And setup overall looks like mostly the same. Mazieko, yep, it's the same from Immortals. It's the same from Red Devils.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Nothing seriously changing at all, including the way that they're actually setting up the site. What happened in that last round was the downstairs presence was relevant, though not crippling, from Immortals. There's a late rotate from Red Devils, which ended up working out for them, surprisingly. Downstairs, they tried to retake underneath.
5 seconds left.
Again, that worked for them. And most of the story is just Red Devils rushing into site. They rushed into the site, they won fights, and they won the round. I mean, it wasn't really particularly complicated. Or,
Defender has left.
yeah, okay, a run out from Navi's, and he gets punished.
Almost gets it, though, but Cypress is there, and it was Navi's who was out for just a little bit too long, and you flirt with danger a little bit too much, and, well, danger bites back, and that's exactly what happened. 20 HP, though, for the Ash, which means that a bullet from any gun remains.
I don't know why, but I'm already feeling like Red Devils are going to take this somehow.
Well, they got an opening pick, Michael.
They did get with the
Bomb
round.
located by attackers.
Yes, they're gonna get the round. I would imagine. Cypress is on low HP, but the way that Immortals are playing, I really don't recognize this team already. And it's already it's only 2 rounds in, and I feel so weird for calling that already. But it's just, why the heck are you peeking exit?
Yeah. Confusing. I think it's confusing. I think it's a very valid question to ask.
It's a super common spawn peek that I just you expect to not be in. I mean, it got countered.
Almost didn't, though. I think it was the re-engagement that was the issue.
Sure.
If the Echo had
Yeah.
just headed for the hills, I think it would have been fine.
He did some damage to Cypress, fall back, fine. Yeah, but he got greedy.
Yeah, it's at the point now where only a tiny portion of that shotgun spread from Bullet is going to need to hit in order to do damage enough to kill the Ash. Red
Yeah.
Devils once again pushing in towards Hookah. They've got control of Aqua for the time being.
Some damage that could be done from below from Red Devils since they have that sledge underneath. It's surprising it's a sledge and not a buck. Definitely be a more powerful operator downstairs, but he could still use those grenades for vertical play. So definitely a huge factor, and also he's denying the Mozzie C4ing from below, which is important. You can see the Red Devils are not rushing this. They have just lost a drone though to one of the Mozzie pests, I believe. Kind of tell by the voice prompt there.
That was Bullet taking quite a bit of damage. As you can see, he's almost at halfway. And another drone right by the double doors. The Mozzie got so close. Oh, Cypress could have pulled the trigger, but he looked away.
This is definitely still a really easy push, though, for Cypress. It doesn't look like anyone's trying to stop him. There is one player by Vase that's M-King, but he could get line of sight onto the players at the bar before M-King can pressure him. Mighty is also holding M-King's rush. The lockout, though, seems to be well in hold from Immortals.
This is a death trap right now with the cross being held effectively. If Cyber doesn't peek, they can just hold off for the time being and wait for the fight to come to them. Keep in mind that Bullet is in a position to be able to throw out some toxic canisters. Cyber picks up kill number 2 on Zion. One's going to push on up. Oh! M-King with 2 big kills, and PX will catch them all with the Pokeball kill on the Levi. Immortals answering back, and they'll win Hookah on the second attempt.
Wow. All right, well, good
Yoink.
job. Good job to Immortals. They did lose their Echo at the beginning of the round, but they did manage to win regardless. The way that Red Devils tried to play that from VIP was definitely really it was a weird push. I'm not sure what their thought process was, but they were just holding angles expecting them to be peaked, and they weren't, because why the heck would Immortals peek onto that hallway? That makes very little very little sense. I'm not sure. A lot of questionable decisions on both ends. Immortals, in the end, coming out on top and managed to hold the defaults very well. There wasn't a lot of pushing power from Red Devils. They couldn't get past the VIP hall, and the aquarium was undermanned.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So we'll go to kitchen. Site number 2. Well, third round, site number 2.
Kitchen's a nice place to go. A lot of teams forego Penthouse here. With Amira being banned, it makes holding Penthouse even harder upstairs. Funny enough, holding Kitchen will usually require some semblance of control inside a circle couch, which is often considered VIP, directly above the A site. There it is.
I think it's just called VIP.
A lot of people call it circle couch.
I remember.
I hear circle couch a lot.
I remember when the map first came out, people called it circle couch, and then they started calling it VIP because saying circle couch takes entirely too long. And the room is just called VIP, and it was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I agree. There are people who call it circle couch still. I don't know why.
Because there's a circular couch in it, Michael.
It's long-winded.
So are we, and we're casters.
That's our job. Our job is to be long-winded.
That's stupid.
This door is almost done.
Okay.
This door is almost done, he says as he closes the door. Thanks. Very good job.
You know, I always wonder why they say that, because it takes like a second and a half or 2 seconds.
I mean, Jaeger has some really wonky lines. Like when he's putting the reinforcements up, he says playing carpenter on that wall.
I'm not a medic. As he picks up somebody, as he pats them. I'm not a medic.
Gives him that good rub.
Yep.
You couldn't see it, but he physically patted me while he was saying that like a cat. Oh, Zion got deleted.
Good shot there from M-King.
That's the third great shot that M-King has landed. He did the same as Jaeger playing over by Vase outside of Hookah.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot on that gunplay, and it seems to be the main story for this match is who can land their shots better.
Cyber almost landing his shots On to Cypress as he moves on in. Pull the trigger. Cyber, you can't see the silhouette, but we can. His body over towards Master
Attackers have
side.
dropped the bomb diffuser.
M-King finds another, this time on to Levi, which prompts Mighty to have to pick it up a little bit faster. Cyber and Cypress still tussling, and Cyber loses that one as Velvet finds PX.
So an even exchange so far, but M-King really the hero for Immortals. On the other side, you saw PX and Cyber go down pretty easily. Cypress with a better peek there over onto the Jaeger.
Goodbye to M-King. Cypress being moved onto this aggressive entry role has been a big change for Red Devils so far.
IQ is still in play here, so those yokai drones can be easily taken care of, especially from above. In most cases, that soft destruction is going to be available. And so the IQ, really an important role in this round, I should say. Ooh, it's going to be one of those neat little nade tricks from above, and it won't get any kills, but I mean, it looked cool.
He's trying to circle on back. You've got enough plant denial in here. Bullets under fire, and he's going to have to watch his legs as there's going to be a rotate behind him. He's exposed in a 2v3. This could be difficult, and there you go! Cypress moves on over to the drone hole and takes out Bullet. Now Navi's will be called into action. He's got too many bodies to look at, and he doesn't know where he's getting shot from. He's got an ACOG at his disposal, but it'll be a rush up onto the Ash and a 4K from Cypress. We'll shut the door on a possible Immortals comeback. Great round from Red Devils overall, and Cypress in particular, taking matters into his own hands.
I feel like the running theme for this match so far is the matches that you don't expect X team to win, X team will win. And the rounds that you expect Y team to win, X team will win. It's always the opposite of expectations, is the point I'm trying to get at, and it's very confusing. That round did look like it was going to be from the get-go an Immortals round. Why? Because M-King was just absolutely destroying Red Devils. He was getting pick after pick after pick, and then suddenly a wave of frags for Red Devils, headed up by Cypress, and, well, they take out the final collapse onto the site with a man advantage. Well done to Red Devils. We'll go back to kitchen. The second time, we'll have the same site 2 in a row.
Many bombs as they can.
Not bad. Not bad at all. And hey, look at that! The Bozzy Pro League set in the bottom right-hand corner. You like what M-King just did? He's going to probably try to do it again.
Bomb located by
Deck
attackers.
out your Australian operator in great fashion.
It's gold.
It's gold, Jerry.
Yeah.
Gold. Buy it in the shop now. The real human money. Part of the proceeds go to the pilot program teams.
Which is awesome.
And to the 6 Invitational prize pool. Which is also awesome. Support Rainbow Six Sports.
It is actually a really good way to support Rainbow Six pros and esports in general.
Yes, sir.
When you see those really big prize pools that happen at the major events, not only in this game but in other esports, and it's mostly due to things like that, you know, little crowdfunding ways of making that prize pool go up. And also, you get some really cool limited edition skins.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
You look dope,
Yeah.
as the kids would say.
They would say it like that. I think there's other ways that they say it now, actually. Like, it changes every couple months.
I think we're about to see a rush. That is
I do think that as well.
Yeah, everybody's just going in. We're going for broke here. Red Devils realizing they've got an advantage, and they're trying to overrun Immortals. Throw out some of those stingers. Watch from above as the chaos ensues. Zion has found a safe space, and he'll tuck himself in. But Navis takes out Velvet. Red Devil's losing some HP. Mighty will come on over to watch the drone hole. And would you look at that? The plant goes down. Red Devils looking for round number 3 as Bullet will try to fight back against the horde of the track stingers there. Angle being held very tightly to his right by the Jackal of Zion. Bullet doesn't have any of his toxic canisters left. He's not going to see the Jackal though, and that's a free kill. Zion will pop on up and look for somebody else. Diffuser is at halfway, and nobody's attempting to even get close to it as they're being blocked out from Red Devils so far. Smart read from Red Devils to just rush on in. Cyber spotted, and he's a dead man walking here as he can maybe try to play against, despite the fact that he is detected. But no, you're going to have to go for the defuse here, and there's nobody to do it. Navis is on it. He might actually get it. No, shut down at the last second. This round is over. 3 for Red Devils, and they have been preparing for Coastline, it appears. Trouble in the water for Immortals? It sure seems like it.
It certainly does, yeah. That last round was a great execution from Red Devils, but more importantly, a really, really poor rebuff from Immortals. They didn't have a whole lot to answer back on that rush. Just a couple smokes and some track stingers, and you can't retake your own site. That's unfortunate. All the gas canisters were poorly placed as well, allowing for the Jackal of Zion to get that diffuser plant. A safe spot by the barrel, just inside of delivery. So, blue bar, sunrise bar is going to be the change from Immortals. They will not try kitchen 3 times in a row. Probably the right call. Red Devils, though, have been living, I want to say living up to, but more surpassing expectations. As, again, I don't think anybody really expected them to come, well, to get 3 rounds. Because they've got 11 rounds total over 5 matches prior to this, and they're already starting to really soar past that number. Really soar past their prior performances. Let me actually just check what their best performance ever has been.
Please check for me.
Yeah, it was 7-4. They lost to Black Dragons, but they got 4 rounds on playday number 3. That's been their best match so far this season. So if they get 4 rounds, they've already met their best. If they get 5, they've surpassed themselves. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, and against Immortals, the 2nd place team from last season, no less.
At which point do you begin to get concerned for Immortals play here? Oh, hello.
I would say 3 play days ago.
You cheeky little man.
I am that.
Reloading.
This is a play that we've seen before from a couple different operators, just hanging out inside of the main lobby, the reception desk, looking through the the sports car doorway.
Yep, the sports car doorway. I see what you did there. I'm the cheeky little guy. The flash is coming in from Cypress, and he's going to miss 1, but hopefully not the others. Bullet with a shield inside of Office.
That's Diffuser, by the way.
Yeah, it's down. Also, a lot of potential utility eliminated from the gridlock. Mighty is going to get Cyber, and he's looking for more in security. It's going to be that Legion of Bullet, who was playing inside Office. Navi's trying to support him from the bathroom, denying that main lobby push, but he is unsuccessful. Bullet being pressured from above now. Very scary.
It's very tough for Bullet to be able to get out of here. There's a frag grenade that goes across, and all behind him. The sledge is going to drop. And all of Red Devils now control of the main lobby, and Immortals find themselves down by 1. A minute and a half to go, so we've hit the halfway part in this round.
I gotta say though, losing that set of smokes and those track stingers is pretty big. However, there is a 2nd set of smokes on Zion with the Jackal, so that not all is lost for the attack. It's still a lot of utility that's gone.
Yeah, and it's going to prevent anybody from rushing in from the flank too. We've seen the way that Red Devils have used Levi's track stingers quite effectively, and it's going to be a pretty big hole that cannot really be filled. The one thing is, instead of using those track stingers, you've got an extra body that can hold that angle, right?
It's really good patience there from M King, but I don't know if that position is really going to assist him too terribly.
Not sure at all. He's got the hatch over top. Oh, the Vigil and Navis will be able to run roughshod over him. 1 HP in a dream, and he gets away, at least for the time being. If he tries to get back to site, it'll possibly be to his peril.
I mean, still an advantage for Red Devils, but because of the HP on the Vigil, but that's definitely a round salvage potential from Navis.
It's all up to PX here now, who's going to be playing a very powerful position. There's going to be another toxic canister that goes out. Oh, M King catches Cypress on the cross. And Immortals have been able to do great work. Down goes Velvet from above, Jack in the Bucks. Waiting for Zion to get on over, but he doesn't know where he's quite getting shot from. He hears the K1A of the Vigil. And everybody from Immortals are just going to hug tight to the walls. An impenetrable angle.
15 seconds remaining.
Zion doesn't really know where to go. He sees the Vigil, but he misses. It's a good duck from Navis, and Immortals make the best of a bad situation. They'll take their 2nd defensive round, and it'll come right as they go to their very final stead before switching sides.
I expect this to be Hookah for the final round. It was a hit-and-miss site for Immortals, but certainly better than Kitchen. And most teams are not keen to go to Penthouse ever. And yes, indeed, there we go, Hookah. Probably the right call. Kitchen, again, just was not Immortals' site. Was not the play. I'm expecting this to probably go to a 3-3 with the way things have been looking. That last round.
Maybe.
That last round, I thought Red Devils were gonna have it. I think that the loss of the gridlock early in the round, that was probably the crippling blow to the attack, because she had not only those track stingers, which would have been so very potent on that particular attack, but also the smokes. And those smokes on Zion were used up. And they didn't really accomplish anything. So, yeah, that early kill for the Legion onto the gridlock. Really not great.
Not great, Michael.
Not great. Not fantastic. Not stupendous. Not terrific. Not wonderful. Not euphoric. Not Elysium.
You're really going to drop the...
10 seconds remaining.
Never mind. It's fine.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Now, Red DevilS
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
going to be bringing pretty much the same lineup, I think, for this entire... Have they brought... I think they brought the same lineup this whole attack. 100% on that one. It seems like they have. Immortals have been making some minor changes, I want to say, but not too many.
Immortals have ran Vigil in the past.
Yeah.
They ran
But Red DevilS, don't remember. I think Red DevilS have been running mostly the same.
Yes.
Very keen on the gridlock. The Jackal has been a huge impact for them as well.
Yep.
Ash, actually, I think one of their top performers. Cypress has been doing a great job on it.
Cypress is one of the newest members of the team, and yeah, I think he's been excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I have been quite pleasantly surprised, actually, with the way that he's played.
I think he's giving a lot to these rounds. Mighty's going to go to Cyber, though, so that's not great for Red DevilS, and we're looking like a 3-3 right now. You know, what we were talking about was 80% of the time when you get the first pick, you're winning the round? Something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Some crazily high amount of the time.
It's an almost guaranteed win if you manage to get the first pick, but it's early. The caveat is that it needs to be early.
That was an early first pick.
That was an early first pick, yeah.
And the big thing there is that if it's early, it means it's unlikely that there's going to be a refrag. There was no refrag from Red DevilS. The time has passed for that. And it's because it wasn't a team fight. It wasn't like a tussle, you know. It was just one guy meeting another guy somewhere on the map, and a kill went one way.
Now, a lot of teams have been gridlocking off main stairs. You might wonder why that is, and that's because there are only two ways up to the top of Coastline. One of which is going to be the cool vibe stairs, which, when you're defending hookah, you're going to have the defense sitting on top of. The other one is over on the white stairs of the main lobby. And while you throw the track stingers down there, and it basically means that the defenders only have one reliable way up without making a lot of noise or taking a lot of damage.
There's one other way.
If you say the tarp.
Because the defenders can run all the way out to spawn.
If you say the tarp,
and they could
swear to God, Michael Stockley.
Anyway, inside of VIP, M King takes down Lev, and that's a really good one, as you said. Through the drone hole, that cuts off the doorway between VIP and the hallway.
It's another member of Red DevilS down, but Zion has his teammates back. Can't be able to flush out Pink, though, and it's a 1v4 now with Red DevilS in a lot of trouble here. You felt that it was going to be a 3-3, and, well, a lot of explosions going on around Velvet. It's a run out from the castle. He'll get PXO in Velvet, too, but he's on 1 HP in a dream. There's Navi's going to be. You've still got the Yokais in play, and there's going to be an angle held to the doorway. M-King is there on Cool Vibe stairs, and he'll cool off Red DevilS. We split the first half, and we'll switch sides and see what Red DevilS can do on defense on a map that is most people considered to be attacker-sided.
Yeah, really good recovery there from Immortals. Nice shoes.
Thank you. I bought some white high tops.
Yeah, I've never been much of a sneakerhead, but those look nice on you.
Thank you, they're Reebok.
Mm.
We don't have a...
Hmm?
We don't have a sponsor that like makes shoes that's going to be angry that I just mentioned like another shoe
I
brand.
don't think so.
Okay, good.
No.
Every pro player has an Ultra Boost. It's like...
yeah. By the way, I don't know what it is, but Rainbow Six Pros and their sneakers. Like, it's a really big thing.
I think it's just really big in esports is that they're
Really?
sneakerheads. Yeah, the Ultra Boosts are like... You ever see that picture where it's like, how to be a professional esports player starter pack? And it's like... It's like the mouse bungee.
Uh-huh.
It's like the final mouse. It's like a pair of Ultra Boosts. It's like a can of like Mountain Dew gamer fuel.
I think it's a little bit off. I don't know. When did you ever think that energy drinks are that important?
I don't really drink energy drinks. No, I drink coffee.
I think
I'm an adult.
I know a lot of
Drink coffee because I'm an adult.
I know a lot of career esports players who very diligently
10
drink
seconds
pretty much
remaining.
nothing but water. deliberately as well. But
5 seconds
Yeah,
left
everybody should drink
before
more water.
water's great, guys.
Friendly reminder, drink more water.
Have you had any water today? If you haven't, seriously, go get a glass. We'll be here when you get back. Assuming you get back in the next 15 minutes, maybe? Probably a little bit longer. Anyway, first kill goes to the
Wait, it
defense
takes 15 minutes to get water.
of Red Devils. I don't think it takes anyone 15 minutes. Well, now that I think about it, yeah, it does. Much more for some people. Anyway, Red Devils, first kill, and it's the Heart Destructor. Down goes Navi's. That's going to put Immortals in a really tricky spot.
What's with these early picks? I don't get it.
And there's no response.
3 rounds where both of these teams, like I get it from a Coastline perspective that this is a very frag favored map. Utility can be limited.
located a bomb.
But there shouldn't be anyone in a position to get picked that early, like we
You're
just
just
saw.
giving it away.
Just they're giving it away.
You know what it is, Michael?
Is it free?
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. We haven't done that one in a long time.
I know it's worth it though because it is very much free real
It's-
estate.
it's-
Stop
yeah.
dying early.
Yeah, must have been a spawn peek or something along those lines from Red Devils. And there's another one. It's Mighty takes down Cyber. Not a spawn peek this time. It's just on the hookah balcony. Good job there to Mighty. And Red Devils looking like they want to put this up 4-3 in their favor. Definitely don't count Immortals out of this. But I don't know. I'm not seeing a whole lot from them. Not a whole lot of activity or response. Answer back to these frags.
No, they look very listless for the time being, but there's one right
Wait a minute,
there,
wait a
and now
minute.
there's another, and oh, there's a third. Okay, you don't see any response, but they're just in. They've got control of the site. And
I'm sorry.
Holding down the Cool Vibe stairs. From above, Mighty responds, takes out PX. Levi's not too far off either. Bullet going for the diffuser down, but Levi jumps into the action.
These twists and turns are absolutely ridiculous. M-King, the last attacker alive. He's got 60 seconds to pick up the diffuser and go for a plant. He's got the hat to do it. Looking for a fight. One on blue stairs, one inside a kitchen.
You have the best gun in the game in his hands. You have the F2.
Oh,
There's a tiny shred of damage trying to see if they can coax Mighty down. There's a lot of angles that M-King is going to have to cover, and he's also got to grab the diffuser lest we not forget. He'll back up. And tentative, watching to see if that echo is going to come into play. There's a yokai, though, and the yokais are a lot harder to spot.
he's looking for it.
M-King doesn't really know where it is. Oh, he finds it. A good eye on M-King. And he's decently protected here, except for the fact there's an opening above him. He's going to go on in, and the real question is, where is the Mozzie? With great anticipation, we will await
10
this
seconds
play,
left.
trying to push him off of that diffuse. A single shot from Levi is there, and he'll fall off. Oh, M-King, what a clutch! With 2 bodies lined up, and the F2 just doesn't get better than that, does it? Now, and Immortals will pull a rabbit out of a hat, as it's a magic trick performed by M-King inside of the blue bar, and it's 4-3 for Immortals.
It was the hat.
It was that.
I think he was wearing a 10-gallon.
A Texas 10-gallon?
Maybe.
Try Showdown today.
I actually haven't looked at the Twitch Showdown skin before, but I just saw it on the silhouette there. I'm pretty sure it was the hat that won that round. All credit to M-King, though, for selecting the correct hat. Now we're going to go into Hookah. And, wow, that was definitely a round that Red Devils should not have lost. The twists and turns in this match have been pretty extreme.
Yeah, you have more twists than a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh, you actually got that one.
Yes, I know who M. Night Shyamalan is.
As many bombs as they can.
Anyway,
Proudest I've ever been of you.
thank you. So, anyway,
Attackers have located
that
the
round
bomb.
had a couple different major turns. The big thing is that early on, Red Devils put themselves up 2 men. They seem to have a strong advantage, and then they just lost it as they weren't holding sight. They weren't holding default angles. How many rounds today throughout this whole play day have we seen the defense lose because nobody is holding default? Like, you're pushing through office door into blue bar. That, for example, which is how Immortals got into sight. No one's holding it. There's no info on it. There's no lesion trap. There's nada. And
Attackers are heading
Immortals
out
walk
to
into sight,
defuse the bomb.
get 3 kills. Suddenly, it's 2 versus 3 in favor of Immortals, but oh no. Mighty is still alive, and he does a whole lot of work. He brings it to a 2 versus 2, and then suddenly it's a 1 versus 2. It's only M King, and it looks like Red Devils are going to get it. They push together to try and get the final player, and then M King's insane. He wins the round. It just, the back and forth.
Did you just overdub a cast?
The back and forth, but it shouldn't have happened. That's the thing. Red Devils should have had that throughout. After the first 2 picks, they should have had it done.
Attackers recovered the.
But I guess they got a little
ReD scanning.
lazy.
I mean, not really lazy.
I don't know what it
Mighty
is.
above. He is the super shorty. He could have continued to make holes in the floor. I mean, you're not getting pushed. The Echo is holding the cross so that you know that the Twitch isn't capable of making it to Cool Vibe stairs. You know the Twitch is basically forced to commit to a plant. At that point, you've got Mighty upstairs with the super shorty. You can shoot a hole in the floor. There's so many bullets, there's no way he was out of it. He was in a great position to just stay from above and let Echo do what Echo needed to do, but instead they pushed from very similar directions. They both ended up paying for it.
It's just a really weird decision-making process from a lot of people on Red Devils throughout that round, not just in the end, but also, again, in not holding any amount of blue bar. No information on blue bar, no one's holding blue bar. It's communication and teamwork that is just, that leaves something to be desired, and it's weird to watch because you're not used to it.
Oh, Mighty just got baited out very hard there by 2 different members of Immortals as they'd flushed out the pest off of the door, and now Immortals are continuing to run right in. Red Devils falling apart at the seams.
Yeah.
Levy down below, and then you've got Cypress above. That's really it. You still have the Valk cams up, though, and you got 3 members of Red Devils, rather, not Black Dragons. Oh my gosh. So I got my colors mixed up for a second there. Sorry about that one. All on cam duty. Levi with the C4. He goes fishing. He catches Cyber. Drops the dynamite in the barrel. But he's not going to get past the bullet. Holding down the Cool Vibe stairs. It's another for Immortals. And I guess really it is. Just that Coastline is way more attacker-sided, as it always has been. But in this case, really showing up big there. It doesn't matter where they go. It's 5-3 Immortals.
So it looks like Red Devils are, wow, they're getting dangerously close to not being able to beat their previously best performance. They need 2 more rounds in order to beat their 7-4. And that would just be, that wouldn't even be a win or a draw. That would just be them beating their 7-4 right now. That last round, Red Devils weren't there. Immortals pick after pick after pick, and they don't give it away. That's the big thing that really stands out to me. Immortals gets 2 early picks, and they don't throw the round away. Round prior, Red Devils gets 2 early picks, and, well, they trip up. Immortals seize upon that trip, and
many bombs as they can.
they hit Red Devils while they're not paying attention and take the round. It's just a difference in, I guess, consistency between these teams. And that doesn't necessarily reflect poorly on Red Devils. More, it just, I think, screams about their inexperience, I want to say, but that doesn't make sense. Because these players are reasonably experienced. They've been around for a while. But it's just curious how I feel as though it must be communication. You can only know so much based on the information presented to you in the actual Pro League match. You have to kind of guess based on context for what's going on here with Red Devils. But for me, it's screaming communication. Their communication is lackluster. Levy's going to go for a run out from kitchen. Parker, that was the kitchen window run out. He went for the kitchen window.
Echo and your
kitchen window run out. That's where you run out from the kitchen window.
disappointment is immeasurable in my days round.
They go out for the half wall and they try to shoot people that are coming from the pool spawn. And
For the second time, why are you gambling an Echo on a spawn peak?
it's a different team though, right?
Yep, I get it, but I mean, like,
It's
for God's
Echo.
sakes, run a Rook or a Dock.
Yeah, it's Echo. Remember when Canadian wanted to spawn peak on Coastline?
Yeah, he did his Rook.
He picked Rook deliberately for that because he knows he's not
I
gonna
mean,
make his
you've
team.
got many ACOGs. There are 5 ACOGs available on defense right now, and only one of them is banned.
Yeah, and you bring Rook because if you die on a spawn peak, your armor still helps everyone. So it's just...
Or even Dock, because you can overheal yourself and run out, and unless they hit a headshot, you're probably winning that fight. Like,
I hope the yokai drones are pre-placed, at the very least.
they better be. There goes
Yeah.
another. Velvet's down as it's PX for a second kill.
So those are your 2 worst operators to lose early on, I would say. And Smoke's on low HP, Mighty's on low HP. It's just Zion, really.
This is just Immortals fragging well, though, too. It's
Yeah.
not even necessarily mistakes that Red Devils are making, even though they are making quite a few of them. But more than anything, it's just a frag-heavy map. And there you go. 1 HP Cypress is all that's left, and Immortals will move on to match point here, making it look easy as this...
Good luck, Cypress.
This is a tough spot for him to be in. The SMG-11 is a formidable gun, but it's not what it used to be. There's Navi's to finish it off. And Immortals will move on to match point as Red Devils had a good start. They got 3 of the first 4, but since then it's been Immortals all the way down.
All right. I don't know. It's who the heck is spawn peeking with an echo? From kitchen window, no less. That's one of the most risky spawn peeks out there because you have to run out of the building a good distance to get the angle, and then you have to run back. But there's there's like 2 spawns that can catch you on that run out. It's very dangerous. Well, it's done now, and Doc's being brought. Interesting. No echo anymore for Red Devils. I guess they don't feel like it's very useful. There is an IQ being brought, though, a lot.
As many bombs as they can.
IQ's pick rate has been absolutely rocketing to sky high levels here. You know what? It's the end of the day.
IQ pick high lot play. Many frag IQ.
No, but also, yeah, it's good to see that Latin America are bringing IQ quite a lot.
There are a lot of Latin American teams that just don't play IQ. I don't know why, even though, because she's a great fragger. It was nice to see Palu on her today with
Palu
Liquid.
did great, yeah.
Because, you know, Palu, #1.
VNX
is quite good in her. VNX did very well as well. Liquid and Ninjas in Pajamas in the past, both of those teams have had significant issues with the fact they have not brought an IQ, and they seem to have rectified that, so
yeah.
Kudos to them.
Objective is to defuse a bomb.
You can see that Red Devils are placing more emphasis on winning their gunfights, but they've brought a Doc instead of the Echo. I don't know if that's the right call, to be honest, but again, the IQ. That's what I was trying to get at. The IQ reinforces a Doc rather than an Echo because she's so good at taking out the Yokai drones. Anyway, Red Devils at this point fighting for a draw. Cyber has made his way into the building. He might be able to just sneak up blue stairs, and there's somebody droning for him. Yes, indeed, it's going to be M-King droning for Cyber up the blue stairs, and if this call comes out that he can just push up, then, well, I mean, he will, and I imagine he'll wreak havoc. Here it comes. Barbed wire.
Droned on up. Oh, sorry, you continue.
Oh, you go ahead. It's all yours.
No, it's all yours.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
Barbed wire is going to be the big hurdle here for Cyber, as he will give away his position and attention, but it doesn't look like anyone even noticed. And oh, Cyber, the first kill of the round, and he has blue stairs control. That's so huge. He's going to be able to work away into Hookah. There's
Nobody's
no
in
one
Hookah.
fighting him. He has
no rotating Hookah.
He has a complete site control. What's going on?
There's no rotate hole inside a Hookah either.
Where's the rotation hole?
Where is everybody? Levy ascends the stairs, but Cyber knows he's there. He's got a wall to work against. Oh, he'll do a lot of damage. That's a good joint effort. Cypress is there. 2 for Cypress, though. As the plant goes down, he'll have to retake. Does he know the position of PX? Levi's down, and Cypress is completely blind. Oh, there he is. Cyber just jumps on up, diffuser down. And Immortals will just simply wait. Levi's down as well. Velvet will need to come to his rescue and get him back up. He'll give him the stim pistol and juice him. Mighty, a beautiful shot through the wall. Oh my, PX is gone. Cyber is low enough. This is very winnable for Red Devils. Really depends on what happens right now, where Cyber is, as M-King finds Levi. It's a 2v2, low HP. It'll all come up to Cyber, but no, he won't be able to get it. Red Devils will live yet another day, despite the diffuser being down, and we go to round number 11.
What the heck just happened?
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Defenders win.
That was a really weird round. There's no rotation in Hookah yet. No one playing below with C4 for Hookah. Why? Is a big question in my head. Why? They had a Mozzie, a Valkyrie that could C4 from below. Options. Where was the rotation? It's a big one. You know, an impact or a shotgun. 4 shotgun blasts. Bam, rotation hole. And yeah, I know there's like an extra layer of wood on that wall, and it's frustrating to make a standing rotation hole, but make a vault if it's really that frustrating to you. Again, 4 shotgun blasts. There were shotguns, I'm pretty sure. So that was... that was a weird round. And nobody holding base for the blue
I just don't
stairs.
understand. There was no rotation. Like, I mean, you could have just held...
But there was also no one holding base.
I don't...
Why was there no one on base? That's the top of blue stairs, by the way, in case you
I mean,
didn't
there
know.
might have been.
There was, he was playing deep by the hallway. and got picked off as Cyber came up the stairs. I saw it. There's no one hard holding base. No one hard holding hookah. No rotation hold. And then they won it. All right, double bar.
Location of a bomb.
This entire match, this whole match, has come down to just fragging.
Well, that's what Coastline devolves to for a lot of teams, right?
Sure, you could blame it on Coastline, but I feel like the basic Coastline strats that I think we're all kind of accustomed to seeing, not really playing a huge part. What was? Did you just?
I like sort of like stretched my back and
Was that with your tongue? What was that?
I was stretching.
That's what you do when you stretch?
Yes.
Okay.
I like to cosplay as Lickitung from Pokemon. Please tell me you get that reference.
I think I know what that is. Is that the one with
for the love
the
of
tongue that's like...
God.
It's the one that's the tongue's the size of his body, right? Like it's... And it's pink?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This should not be this close.
Nope.
Let's talk about that for a second.
We could talk about that.
This should not be this close.
No.
Red Devils have broken their average rounds per game so far.
They're at their... I guess this is their peak right here, actually. If they get one more, then that's their best performance for the season.
Yeah, and then they'll have 5 rounds. They've only got 11 rounds over 5 matches, and then they'll be at 5 rounds in 1 match. That's good numbers.
Mm-hmm. If they win it, well, I mean, if they draw it, because they can't win anymore, then that'd be, oh wow, foot spotted, potential free kill here. Red Devil's about to be a man down, but he makes the cross.
I was coordinated, though, too. You could hear the AUG a bullet as they knew it was there. I don't know why he didn't feed into it more. I think it's just because they couldn't drone out the rest of the room, so Bullet could have gone in aggressively after the Mozzie, but if there was somebody holding the other angle or the hatch above, that was a trade. I don't know. I mean, IQ versus a Mozzie. I mean, I guess you want IQ to stay alive a little while longer. They can't Mighty. They can't get him, but Cyber will go down to Mighty, and then look, they got another lined up there too. Yokai will come into his aid. Oh, that's a nice shot. Mighty's having a good game so far. Diffuser also falls down as both Cyber and Navi's are gone. Arguably 2 of the strongest hands for Immortals, though M. King has been the one leading the day so far.
Mighty's been landing his shots the whole match. Yeah, I mean, that's some impressive work done there. And Red Devils look to be breaking their record, going for 5 rounds after taking out Cyber and Navi's. But we've seen this before. We've seen Red Devils be up 2 men before. And they have lost in this position on this exact site before. So M. King was the reason why, and he's already going to be influencing this round as he takes down 1. It's going to be Zion on the floor.
Keep in mind you got Velvet in play, right? So he's got stim pistols left, possibly 2, given the way that Mighty's HP is at right now. M. King's going to survive an explosion before he tussles back in. There's a smoke cutting off the cross that leads into Sunrise Bar. Immortals have really struggled to just get in the building. The best they've been able to do is claw forward into Office, but they've lost 2 in the process.
DX on low HP as well as M. King, so that's not great. Last smoke coming out, but look at the time. Only 12 seconds left, and Mighty's going to get another one onto PX. He's still in play, so he still potentially could get an ace. He's going to be down on the floor, though, so it's unlikely. M. King low HP, Bullet coming in from exit, and he's down. M. King gets Mighty, and it's not enough time. So Red Devils will break their record in Pro League this season and get 5 rounds in a match on the 6th play day.
This is not good for Immortals.
Yeah, I think good for Red Devils.
Not, well, yeah, of course.
But really bad for Immortals.
I thought
heck,
privately before we started, I thought this would be the fastest match of the day.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think
we were talking about it.
It should be quick. Nope.
I had a strong hunch. I thought the same as you, but I had a strong hunch that something like this would happen. And
I figured that was going to happen in the 1 Black Dragons match. I thought that one was going to be a scrappy one to the bitter end, and that one ended up being just a completely lopsided showing.
Our first 2 matches were really good. Our first 2 matches were, high quality back and forth.
The Inns FaZe matchup was genuinely an exciting match to watch. Like, it doesn't matter who you're cheering for. I think that's a very fun match to watch. And
Nip
I
Liquid
think
was good.
Nip Liquid was also very good, yeah.
T1 BD was a bit of a stomp, but then...
A bit of a stomp. It was 7-1. That's not a bit
of a
stomp.
It was
That's a bit of a stomp, then what is a total stomp?
That's a stomp. Okay. It's a stomp. So, Immortals, Red Devils, though, I just didn't I mean, I had a hunch that something like this would happen. I had a fear maybe that something like this would happen, but I just didn't think it would. It was very much outside of. It was not. It shouldn't.
10
What?
seconds to insertion.
Because no, let me put this in context for you guys. All right, listen. This isn't.
5 seconds to insertion.
This isn't necessarily Red Devils elevating themselves and ascending the ladder in Latin America and beating the likes of Immortals, as much as it is Immortals almost drawing Red Devils.
Both of these teams have made some really puzzling decisions. The penchant for them to just go for spawn kills over and over again, despite the fact that I don't think they've worked for any of the teams that they've tried to do it. I think there was one time where you killed like IQ right at the start. I can't remember which team it was. I think it was Red Devils killed the IQ at the start, or
A bomb
something like
has
that.
been
other way
located.
around, something like that. Yeah, that was worthwhile.
I mean, we saw a lot of early picks that actually turned into losses somehow.
Yeah.
So it's not. Each round is a roller coaster of its own. It's like a whole new ride.
Is it like that?
Yeah, that's how I would put it.
Is it like a hyper coaster? Inverted
This
coaster,
match is
stand-up
a theme
coaster?
park.
Oh,
And each round
good map.
is a new kind of roller coaster.
Okay.
That would be a really cool idea for
A map where you just fight on roller coasters? No. Anyway,
theme park. Don't we have one of those?
we have theme park. It's a map, yes.
Yeah, we do have one of those.
Immortals have been running consistently this hard breacher in Hibana, and Navi's might just like the weapons. I mean, the Bearing 9 Type 89 loadout is not that terrible, if we're being completely honest. I mean, other than maybe Maverick, you have the best set
Oh, right.
loadout when it comes to hard breachers. Not entirely sure, but it's MKing who's going hunting for those yokai drones right now, trying to figure them out, as there's been a laneway cleared inside of service. Levi's got Cypress sitting right next to him. Cypress was making his presence known quite a lot on attack.
There's only a minute 20 left in this round. I mean, this is in this match. I mean, overall, this is it. So while it's 5-5, it's still anyone's. Red Devils are very well set up to lock this out, and I am expecting a draw based on what's going on right here, because Immortals are setting up for a rush. And this angle, if Mighty lands his shots, is going to win the round if Levy doesn't have to get the kills. As PX goes down, I mean, he hasn't even needed to come into the round yet.
There's a phone calls that'll come out as we see a bit of a change in Immortals lineup. The Dokkaebi coming in, no more gridlock. It's only one set of smokes, but PX down is going to make this extremely difficult. And, well, Mighty is still up there. And where are you, Immortals? Well, Mighty's getting flushed out from above. That's good. Looks like another smoke might be going tossed in from the Dokkaebi. Oh, Zion goes for something big. And he gets swiftly removed from action with the SMG-12. Echo's had to post on up now, as it'll be a belly crawl in just underneath the cover of the desk towards surface. MKing gets one traded off immediately. There's Levi. He's got a good line of sight, but it's everybody jostling back and forth. And now MKing on rappel with 20 seconds left. Will have to grab the diffuser and march on in, possibly to his own demise. Two members of Red Devils looking to give them their very first point of the season. And MKing just doesn't know where he's getting shot from. Cowboy hat or no, yeehaw, partner, you just got wrangled, and Red Devils will take the draw. It's 6-6, and it'll be the first point on the board for Red Devils. Both teams unable to do much, and I mean, I know they say that Immortals likes to draw, but against the only team that is currently worse than them in Pro League, despite the fact that MKing dropped 17 kills